there are two approaches to e-commerce that companies are using that really are very different from one another and that describe the world today. The aggregation strategy, this is a strategy that a lot of the current leaders practice. When you think back to the conversations about the endless aisle, back around maybe like 2009, 2010, where the goal was, hey, the great thing about online is you can have everything. You can have a detail page for everything, even if you don't have to have it in stock, even if you don't have to have a great description about it. The important thing is that you have everything that your customers want. So the way companies dealt with that is they went out and they got as much data from as many different SKUs as they could, from whatever source. Maybe they could get it from their manufacturers. Maybe they got it from a consolidator or a data pool like a trade service, or maybe they just hired offshore teams to go out and just scrape the websites or scrape product catalogs from their suppliers. The focus in this strategy is really speed and scale. This is Amazon business in a nutshell. They are a place to go to find and buy almost anything you want. They have, I think the last time I looked, they had something like 12 million SKUs in electronic components. They've got hundreds of thousands or millions of SKUs in fabrication at this point. We just need to have it, and we're not really going to do a lot of work around differentiating product. We're just going to take the data we can get, we're going to put it up there, and then we'll just sort of let sales and traffic show us which products are popular, and those will be the ones that will show on our landing pages. There's not a lot of expertise in companies that practice this approach, because typically the people that they're using to build these products don't really know that much about the products themselves. So in lieu of that, an aggregation strategy practitioner relies on crowdsourcing, the popularity of customer reviews. Just because the seller can't tell me which head type on a particular screw is the right one for my application doesn't mean that I can't rely on the wisdom of crowds to make some recommendations. This was a powerful approach for a long time. It's been very effective for a couple of firms. Obviously, Amazon is one that's doing this. Grainger practiced this approach for a long time. MSC, some of the large consolidators took this approach, and it's at the point now where it's very difficult for a newcomer into the space to try to compete on this. It's very hard to out-selection Amazon. It's almost impossible to outprice Amazon. It's almost impossible to out-inventory Amazon. So instead, what has started to come to light over the last couple of years, which I've been a big evangelist for, is what we call a curation strategy. So here, we really focus on being thoughtful about the products we select and how we present them to customers. We source our data only from sources that we think can be authoritative. So we really try to build the SKU content and the product data to really differentiate every SKU that we carry from other ones. We really take a little bit more targeted approach to selection. So we may not have every single drill bit from every single brand and every single size. But we do a better job at differentiating them. So every 2 SKUs that we have, we provide points of comparison. Oh, it's a different brand. Oh, it's a different material. Oh, it's a different drill point angle. Oh, it's a different point style. And on top of that, we bring in our internal experts to create content, to explain the differences in products and guide them in their discovery path. So essentially, the main difference is that in a curation strategy, you provide not just the product, but you provide an education about the products that you have, and customers can feel really confident about their selection and their choice, not only in terms of the product, but in terms of the company they're buying it from.